Hello everybody, Jose Rodriguez back again. In an earlier video we talked about, or I talked about, the sad situation that the third party world finds himself in because these companies are sort of getting very tricky with us and not allowing us in some of the newer models to use any kind of third party products. Well, the only options that we have are the Canon tank printers or the Epson tank printers, Eco tank type printers. And you may be wondering, well, are they really able to give me the advanced amateur photography? I'm not doing this for sale, so I don't care about, absolute gallery quality results. I just want to print my photos that I generate when I go outside on outings, or whether I use AI in Photoshop like I've been doing lately. I just want to be able to print and have fun, produce stuff that I can mount on my wall. And if it lasts 10 years, fine. If it doesn't, I can always, if I'm still alive, I can always reprint it and, be happy. So, yeah, EcoTank 8550 is probably the best printer at this point for that type of situation. Um, can it really print? Of course it can. I showed this one earlier as well, and you can see, look at this. So this is created from a regular image that was not this rectangular by using AI expansion. Basically, it added to the image. It was only about maybe 4:5 ratio, and now it's almost 16:9. So again, look at that. Does this satisfy you? It satisfies me greatly. Let me show you other things. I did some work for a friend. This is on matte paper. You might ask yourself, wait a minute, isn't that a dye ink printer? Yes, it is. But it has a secret weapon, and that is a matte black pigment ink. And normally what happens is if you're printing documents, because this is not really a full photo printer, it is an all-in-one type printer. It has a built-in scanner as well, so you can copy, you can print off the lower cassette with just plain paper. So when you do so, it activates that black ink. But you can activate that black pigment matte ink when you choose a matte media choice. And you have to choose a specific one. If you go back to my videos, I tell you exactly which one that is. I think it's enhanced matte type paper choice. This is Canon, the professional matte paper. They have two types. One is a photo matte, and one is a photo pro something or other. I have it here. Premium matte. So you can buy that on Amazon. 50 sheets this size for like $18. Ridiculous. Okay. But anyway, this is the kind of results you can get on that printer. What about black and white? Can I do a neutral black and white? Because I'm sick and tired of black and white prints that I print on my blah, 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 blah printer, and they have a tone. On video, this may not look perfect because of my lighting, but I promise you, as I am looking at this, it is absolutely neutral. So throughout, all of the tonalities are neutral. And again, the photographs are beautiful. This is my friend Harold Davies, by the way. So again, is it a capable printer? You bet it is. You bet it is. So this may end up, folks, this may end up being the only printer style or type in the future that we can afford to print on, unless we're generating huge amounts of money through our sales of our prints. But again, if you're just printing for your own pleasure, this is what I recommend you buy. And the ink bottles, $18 per color. You don't have to buy them all at once. You can buy them individually, and will allow you to print for over like a half a year with one set of bottles. Whereas with these babies right here, you're constantly changing them. Those allow you to refill them, so it's a different story, but you get my drift. You're constantly changing those cartridges. Whereas with these internal tanks right here, they last forever. So consider that, because again, it might be the only option we have in the future. I am always worried to see what they are coming up with and how they are going to block us from, or prevent us from using other than their inks. You see what I mean? So in this case, there's one Achilles heel that allows us to use not just the OEM inks, but other inks. Okay? No chip. There's no way that the printer can prevent us from adding Kool-Aid if we wanted to. Of course, we don't want to do that, but you see what I mean? You get the drift. So you're allowed to use other manufacturers' inks. Would I recommend you do so? Probably not, because for the price of one of these, maybe one and a half of these, you can refill that whole printer. 6 tanks of 70 milliliters of ink. Imagine that. For the price and a half of one of these. So this is $60 for like $89 or $90 you can buy the complete set. And again, you have to then buy that matte black ink as well. But anyway, much cheaper to print. Results are fabulous. How could I not recommend that printer? Okay, especially with the future we are looking at this moment. Okay, so that'll be it for now. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. And as always, have fun printing. This is why we do this. We do this because it makes us happy. So happy printing, everybody. Bye-bye.